What's up, you guys? Welcome to another Patreon exclusive episode of The Litter Box. Oh, that was fast.
It was. Sweaty.
I gotta say, I've been really bad about Litter Box episodes lately.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a while for me,
I think
personally, to do one. I think
Des and I have done the last couple together.
a couple months.
And I think we skipped one.
Oh.
So like, if anybody is like, where the hell does the Litter Box episodes go? I apologize. I don't.
Right.
Been just trying to keep up with everything, and sometimes,
As we all are.
yeah, the Litter Box episodes slip through the cracks. Switching to the live version of the Gamescast is strange because although it frees up the rest of my week, preparing for the show.
Well,
I
feel like even though you free up the rest of your week in the sense of, you know, doing the live show and not having to edit, you're like, oh, look at all this time. Now I'm going to do all of these other things instead. So you're very good at instantly turning the page and filling up that time again.
I end up focusing more on reviews and breaking news reports and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like the dedication to the channel just goes away.
Right.
I just fill it up with other parts of the channel.
Yeah. Exactly.
But this didn't really turn out well for me. I was like,
which part?
The work part, I think.
Okay.
So at the restaurant we work at,
yes,
I used to work 5 days a week there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
I used to also work 5 days a week there.
Well, then you had a kid.
Not anymore.
Then you had a kid, and I had a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And suddenly we're barely ever seen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like the same thing.
So I dropped down to just the weekend shifts, which used to be the most profitable shifts. I was like, oh, I'll just work Friday and Saturday and still make a pretty decent amount.
But then summer came,
and it's
like,
sucks.
oh, hey, it's the slow season, and Wednesdays are the best day. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Yeah.
So what's happening is I'm starting to pick shifts back up again.
Right.
And so like my life is just bouncing
chaotic.
back and forth, right? And of course, like when I was like, I'm gonna drop down to 2 shifts a week,
right,
and try to live off of that. And then summer hits, I make less money, and then my Jeep shits the bed, and I got to pay to repair that, and then I got to repair it because I failed my inspection sticker, and then we decided to do a live show.
Not surprised about that.
I spent a small fortune on creating like a studio where we can do things live.
Right.
And
which was awesome. I know I'll be back here Tuesday to do another live, but the live show, that was fun.
Oh yeah, I love the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, I think interacting with people during the show,
that was why it was fun.
Part. Absolutely.
That was absolutely why it was fun. We gotta get Jeremy a little
Yep, I'm charging up my Kindle Fire.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kindle Fire seems to be working fine. It's just like one more like little device that we'll have on the table, so Jeremy can interact with you guys too.
I'll read the comments at the same time as they're rolling in and talking, and
it did seem like Jeremy felt left out.
And well, no, you just had to share the little screen, and meanwhile, I got that nice laptop, and I'm like, "What's up, guys?"
and just for clarification's sake, the laptop I have in front of me while we're filming, is totally just to run the show. Right.
Oh, yes. No, that is not.
The comments are so small that like I just rely on you to read the comments the whole time.
Yes.
But the fact Jeremy was leaning in and like actually trying to read them off the tiny screen, I was like, I don't know.
Reading the comments, trying to still stay in the conversation, and then trying to keep both of these boys still on topic as well. It's a bit of a challenge sometimes.
Mama Cat has lots of responsibilities.
I have a lot of responsibilities.
And I think the only note that I gave you after we were done doing the show was let's focus more on the comments. Like,
so I was a little concerned actually while we were doing the show. I kept interrupting you, which I've always been pretty good at, regardless. But
you've been good at interrupting me.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes,
I mean somebody has to, or I'll just talk the whole time.
But
yep.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a real thing. Yeah, but I was interrupting you a lot, and then I realized it, and I'm like, is this the picture that he was having in his head? Like, this is how the show was supposed to go, or am I just being a jerk? Like, because I don't want to be a jerk.
Let's be fair. My vision for the show has changed so many times in the last 2 years. I don't even know. True. I don't even really know like what we decided on, because when we first decided to come back as a live show,
I got there late. Yeah. I actually almost didn't even come due to certain circumstances.
Let's back up. Let's talk about this. Nothing ever goes right. Nothing ever goes perfectly. I was setting up to film today, and I moved a chair, and an entire light fixture fell over. And I was like, "Can we just not?" I mean,
I laughed to keep from crying. I'm sorry.
We're in a small room already, but like, it's just.
You guys do not realize how small this room actually is, too.
Yeah, we really do make the best of what we've got.
I think that if I stretched out my arms and he did too, like we wouldn't be able to side by side.
Oh no, that's
Not
how
even
small
close.
the room is. That's the first thing
Not even
everyone
close.
always says when, like, anytime a guest comes by, they're like, "Oh, I had no idea that this was literally as small of an
Actually, this is
operation
small.
as it really is."
Yeah. So I woke up Tuesday morning. So like I don't even remember. I'm trying to backtrack at this point. It was chaos at the house for whatever reason it was. But then my fiance tried to go to the store real quick, and his battery was just dead. And we had 2 kids at the house, and I needed to get to the podcast and back in time in order to let him go to work. So long story short, he needed to go and get his battery fixed.
Yeah.
But with him doing so, and I had a half an hour before leaving for the show here, I'm like, oh my God, okay, just you go. I'll keep you up to date, and we'll see how things go. Meanwhile, you're like, there's no way you're coming back. He had to go get his battery changed in a half an hour. In a half an hour.
Yeah.
Like, there's impossible.
Impossible. I can't imagine that ever happening.
35 minutes.
Yeah.
And I made it on time.
It's pretty surprising.
I did
You
speed a
showed up
little
all
bit.
of like 10, 15 minutes late at worst.
Yeah.
And so the fact that, like, I wasn't even surprised. The fact that somebody sent me a text message saying, I don't know if I'm going to make it to the show, didn't even shock me. Because, again, when you move chairs, light fixtures fall over. It's just like everything that
Domino
can
effect,
go wrong
for sure. Will
go wrong.
Yes.
And
Murphy's
so
Law.
The fact that anything ever goes up on this channel at all is surprising.
Yeah,
because
right?
everything's
It's true,
just
though.
chaotic all the time.
But we seemed to pull it off, and I made it to the show.
You made it to the show, and that's and like I said, I definitely want you to interrupt me more. I want you guys to be sending us topics
I
of
like that he
conversation.
says I get to interrupt him more.
Totally. I want you guys to be sending us topics
You
of
want me to do it
conversation where we can where it's sort of like this viewer takeover the entire time. Right? Where it's like
Pretty much, yeah.
Because that's that's what we want.
Viewer takeover right then and there.
Right.
Yeah.
We wanted to create a format where not only are you getting your PlayStation VR news, like the weekly wrap up of news, but we also wanted to like incorporate theater into that, where we're watching trailers with you guys.
Which was a way cooler way to do that too.
Yeah, because doing let's watch it on the phone, on your mark, set, go, and then trying to time that editing wise is just a pain in the ass. And the fact that we can actually just talk about the trailer as it runs now is so much smarter. So that's your theater, and then we also have viewer takeover running the entire time.
Right.
It didn't make sense to keep all the shows separate. The one thing I do want to do that I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do yet is that little bar that runs at the bottom of the screen that with all the Patreon supporters, that has not yet been included into the live show, and I do want that to be running because I people like to see their names, people like to be recognized, and I want to recognize you guys for your constant Patreon support.
I have to read the names more in the comments too, instead of just being like,
yeah.
Somebody said this, you know.
Yeah, be like, let's hear who said that.
Yeah.
Let's hear who said that. Hey,
Lewis Knight said this, you
right.
know.
And the one thing I didn't expect at all that started happening is that people were tipping us. People were giving us.
Yeah, what was that about? That was awesome.
Yeah, the super chat was enabled, so like
I didn't even think that was a thing, possibility. So
yeah,
interesting.
And so like the fact that this channel really does. I don't like to harp on this too much, but this channel costs way more to run every month than it actually pulls in. The amount of equipment and the amount of stuff I have to buy constantly, the amount of games, all that stuff is way more than the Patreon.
Needless to say, it's much appreciated. So that was really cool.
So much appreciated
during the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the new format.
I do too.
I feel good about it.
It's a lot of fun, but I think just like the original show, it's going to constantly evolve,
Of course.
And it's going to be a little bit of what we want
and
a whole lot of what you guys want. So always keep us in the know, like what's missing from the show that you guys really want to see, right? What you want?
What you want?
What you want? What you want?
We want less of that.
No, I think they want more of that. I can never tell what they want. Every time I think something's really stupid, they're like, "That was hilarious."
Like, great.
I don't.
You're like, I was gonna edit that out.
I'm certainly not the funny guy.
Nothing gets edited out.
Doesn't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't tell, we didn't really have a topic for the Litterbox episode this week, but Michelle and I don't see each other as much as we used to.
No.
So we figured instead of getting caught up off camera, we could just hit record and hang out and talk. So that's what happened this week.
Guess it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
As always, Michelle.
And I'm Brian, and we love you all. Have a great night.
That was another episode of the Gamecast.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
We love you all.